whatever the next number is.
That was a lot. What?
We're
Hello,
starting.
hello.
There we go.
Hello.
My mic
Hi.
is also outputting
My
twice.
name is.
Hi everyone. My name. So hello everyone. We're back here for the day after tomorrow. My name is Logan. NeverSayDice on the internet. I am a writer, streamer, dungeon master, GM, editor, a cutie pie.
That's true.
Check out my OnlyFans.
A Monday monster.
What?
Wait, what?
What does that mean?
It means exactly.
Can we add a channel reward to mute Travis? Like someone uses Tings to mute Travis.
Don't do that.
Mute Travis for 30 seconds.
So we're gonna get started with some announcements, and just get right into it. First off, Alan is not here, so if the layout looks a little weird here in a few moments, my bad.
Blame him. Send him
Yeah,
angry
just blame
emails.
Alan. Well, don't blame Alan because he got his booster shot.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Send Alan nice emails.
He's doing his part.
Yeah.
But, first thing is my Patreon is back up and running. I've posted last week and I'm posting this week because I'm doing a slightly bigger post. I'm having to kind of restructure how I do them throughout the week. But essentially I'm doing a little bit meatier post. Not meteors in like a meteorite, meteors in like, girth, muscle.
Oh yeah.
Like a steak.
Like a steak.
Omaha Steaks is sponsoring our video today.
Yeah.
You want to join the Steak of the Month Club?
Get that
Use
girth.
code NeverSayDice for 10%.
That's
Off
not
that
real.
girth.
None of that's true.
So absolutely fucking nothing.
But what I mean by bigger post is rather than just posting, 3 times a week and doing sort of just a magical item, a spell, and an NPC, now it's still a magical item, but it's got some story to it. It's got some background, it's got some potential adventure opportunities, some expansion, variation opportunities, all sorts of fun stuff. So that way you can kind of it's sort of all of my types of posts kind of lumped into a singular post. So for example, this past week, or this past Friday, I think I made up a magical item that had a whole sort of concept, kind of with something Austin and I talked about like heirloom magical items, and rather than a magical item being created by an artificer or something, a magical item is created because of its former owners, almost like a sentient item, but it's more of just a spirit essence thing. But then it also had like a story to it and potential encounters and some variations to it and all sorts of fun stuff. So we're trying out some new things over on my Patreon. I'm super excited for it. So go check that out. You can get all that stuff for only $4 a month. All sorts of magical items, NPCs.
For the cost of a
Outline
4
of
for
the-
4,
cost
you
of
can
a 4
have
for 4.
delicious D&D content. And
Adventure
unlike
outlines.
Wendy's, it won't make you sick.
It's the cost of a couple rolls of sushi at Rock and Roll Sushi, except it won't make you sick.
Hey, that sushi made me happy.
I'm glad somebody was happy from it.
Speaking
Travis's old
of
man stomach can't hang.
Patreon, if you don't want D&D items and characters and spells and subclasses, but you still want to support in some way, you can support me on Patreon for just $1. Be a supporter and you'll get a shout out on streams, and then also you'll get access to the NeverSayDice cord. As right now, it's just slowly growing. We're trying to get the hang of what it is going to be, but once the holidays kind of calm down, we're going to be doing some community events. People in the Discord will get sort of first dibs on some of the games I'm going to be running in the future professionally, and all sorts of discount codes on things that I write and publish. So lots of perks from being in the Discord, which you can join by being a $1 supporter on my Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, and eventually through startplaying.games, but that's down the road some. If you're interested in that and you're a Twitch subscriber, command !Discord in the chat. You can only do that if you're a subscriber, and you'll be sent a link. So yeah, it'll be lots of fun. I'm very excited for it. Speaking of Twitch, you may notice I didn't do Coffee and Cozy Grove because I am up to my my
Pantaloons.
scalp in prepping
Oh,
for
yikes.
Call of Cthulhu and prepping for my D&D games and editing projects and writing my own stuff and everything. So Coffee and Goes Grove has definitely taken the back burner because it's just supposed to be something fun to do, and it has not been as fun to do that lately with so many things looming over me. But one of these days I will get back to it. Maybe I'll make it a community Twitch goal. You can use your tings to bring it back. But for now, we're just sticking to the day after tomorrow and Shadows over Drift Chapel, which is coming back this Friday, the 17th, at the usual time of 7:30. In case you missed it, we had a YouTube premiere of our session 16. It was a big old juicy session. I did some cutesy little editing stuff in it. Lots of fun, but we're getting back to the live stuff this Friday. And after that, we're not sure. We're going to have to see what the new semester holds for everybody. So just keep on lookout. And speaking of also Shadows over Drift Chapel, one of the makers, my sort of DM-spiration, Matt Click, also known as A Fistful of Dice on the internet, he made, or he's part of Absolute Tabletop, who made Shadows over Drift Chapel, and he also just premiered the first episode of his actual play of Shadows over Drift Chapel on his YouTube channel. So if you want more Shadows over Drift Chapel content, but a little bit different, actually a lot a bit different, you can go check it out over on his YouTube, A Fistful of Dice. I already watched the first episode. It's very good. He's a wonderful DM. He got some wonderful players.
I just followed him on Twitter. He has a good Twitter.
He's good people. Very good people. But besides that, that's all the announcements I've got. I'm ready to get started if you guys are. Actually, we can't get started yet because we have to play the intro, because that's the thing we have now.
Dale or die. Play the end. Fourth of July, we should do that. We'll just go dar, 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 dar.
So, keeping a recap brief,
Like the underwear.
brief like the underwear.
Also sponsoring us.
You go every pair of briefs ever.
The perfect pair of underwear for your adventuring party? Buy Hanes Briefs. They'll snuggle you real good.
Frostmaiden Dale, you probably do need some good hardy underwear. And our friends over at
Long Johns.
yeah.
So last time you guys arrived in East Haven, meeting up with your new friend Norm, Alan, being told that if you wish to stay and do work in East Haven, that you needed to sign up for the town sacrificial lottery.
Oh yeah.
Some towns, they sacrifice their food. Other towns sacrifice their fires, putting them out for the night. Some people, rather than make everyone miserable, they just sacrifice one person after a new moon. Not wanting to sign up for the lottery, you bullied and interrogated some 19-year-old who was working at working as a secretary.
Not the way it was described to us, but yeah.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's 19.
He was.
And also uneducated, also homeless, also starving.
Yeah. Yeah, we just
He's
beat up some
literally
kid.
queer and neurodivergent, and you guys fucking hounded
bullied him. Called him stupid?
But did leave him crying in the town hall. That did in fact happen.
Don't know if that's true.
Who doesn't need a good cry?
That's true.
Self-care.
You guys went back to meet with Ronaldo to participate in a seance to speak with the White Lady of Loch Dinishir. Louis asked all 3 questions, very in quick succession, exhausting the ghost and Ronaldo. And with the rest of the day available, you had a nice lunch and went to investigate the coastline of Loch Dinishir, seeing any signs of why the White Lady, why it might be frozen, anything of note. Nearby the inn where you were staying, you found the East Haven ferry frozen along its pier. And so, you decided to go over and check it out, finding a set of footprints in the snow left behind by potentially a dwarven individual. Scraping off some of the ice from the windows, you peeked in and saw that there were signs of life, but mostly just sort of bedrolls and living things, but no people, no fires, no light, nothing. So, as you gear up to figure out what to do, Norm promptly boarded the deck of this keelboat and made his way over to that door leading into the one cabin on the ferry. So, do you guys all follow Norm?
I'll call after him, just like, perhaps we shouldn't. Oh, he's going in. Never mind.
I believe I was standing like outside looking in the window.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna stay there. I just want to watch and see what happens.
I will board, and I will stay behind him.
I'll go in as well.
How big is this building again?
Already.
Not big.
The boat.
Okay, well, oh yeah, it's a boat. That's right. I'll just chill. I'll look inside. You know,
Look inside from where?
wherever everybody else is standing. Just kind of not there.
What?
I'll be standing beside Wynn.
Okay. Off of the boat
That
on
one.
the dock. Okay. And Casimir, where are you going to be?
You
are
are
muted.
muted, my friend.
I thought people weren't reacting to what I was saying, and that was my bad.
No, we heard you. We just didn't think it was very funny.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That sucks. I was popping out zingers right then.
Classic Casimir.
Yeah, but no, I will wait right outside the door, kind of vigilantly but a bit nervously looking out onto the landscape to see if I see anybody hiding or approaching, anything like that.
Okay. So Norm throws open the door and looks in. Gil, make a perception check for me, and Casimir do the same.
Oh no.
Alright, baby. Okay. 10.
11.
Awesome. Casimir, you're gazing out over the pier, looking at sort of the shoreline, back where some of the buildings are almost half piled up with snow in East Haven. Is that Tolan?
He is outside.
I recognize that voice
The
anywhere.
door is shut.
Loud boy. Set of pipes on that boy.
He does. Hold on. I was not that prepared for this. There we go. Casimir.
Uh-huh. What does my one good eye see?
Your one good eye is nearly blinded with pain as a hammer clocks you in the side of the head for 9 points of damage. And all of you standing on the deck of the ship hear Casimir roar out as Norm, whose yak tongue has lolled out of his mouth, smashed his hammer against the side of Casimir's head, and then you see his tongue like go up inside of his mouth, and he looks wide-eyed. He goes, "Sorry."
I've immediately like lowered my bill hook like right at like his carotid. I just go, the fuck was that? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You just hit me.
And then you watch as his tongue lolls out of his mouth again. You see his eyes kind of go glassy, and he raises the hammer up once again and tries to bring it down very swiftly. I will ask you, Carson, do you want to sort of fight back and attack him, or just sort of brace yourself and against the attack?
I mean, okay. Casimir has a decent wisdom. I imagine he would infer to some degree that Norm is not doing this of his own volition, and that he is perhaps being influenced or controlled by something else. So, what mechanically does this break down to?
Basically, he would just attack you, and you would attack him, or essentially sort of a dodge action. He would have disadvantage on his attack.
I will dodge.
Okay. 15 to hit.
Yep.
I keep rolling doo-doo damage. It's 5 points of damage.
That's doo-doo damage?
That's
Okay.
doo-doo damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind
His tongue lolls back up. Sorry.
I'm gonna fucking try to disarm him.
Okay, make an
I'm
athletics
gonna-
check.
Can I cast? I'm gonna go ahead, seeing that something janky is up, and I'm smart enough to try to deduce this. I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
13.
13. Natural 20.
Of course it did.
The hammer does not break free from his grasp. Pulls away and he says, It wasn't me. Ventus, you
up 10
cast
feet.
detect. You back up. Ventus, you cast detect magic. He is not under a magical spell.
I'm gonna need you to drop that hammer, lad.
But
Quick like.
he
Listen, I don't want to gut you, but you keep smacking me with that, and we're gonna have a problem. You understand that, right? On the ground.
nods, he
Ow.
drops the hammer. It thuds very solid to the ground.
Now kick it away.
He kicks it away. And it slides
Cool.
across the deck
Yeah.
of the ship.
Reach out my arm and bring it back to me.
Do I see anything else with Detect Magic?
Here, let's do this. If you look in Owlbear Rodeo, all right. Do you guys see the boat?
It's loading for me.
Yeah, it's still in for me as well.
I say to him,
All right, lad. Okay. I don't like killing. I don't even like fighting all that much. You seem like an alright chap. But if it's between my life and yours, I think you know which choice I'm gonna make.
Casimir, if you will make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh dear. Intelligence saving throw, huh?
Has it loaded up for you guys yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Ventus, if you want to place yourself.
Trace.
I'm gonna be nearby.
Casimir, if you will make a melee attack against Norm.
Okay. That is a 13.
A 13 misses.
Hell yeah.
Clocks off his shield. And Ventus, with your detect magic, you do notice something coming from within the cabin of the boat. At this point, the door has been opened, so you would be able to mostly see inside of it, basically what you saw before. But nope, that's not it. You sense a faint, or not even a faint, you sense a magical signature coming from within the cabin.
What?
A dwarven-sized individual who is invisible.
Stop. I see something. There's someone.
What the bloody hell?
There's a dwarven figure hiding in the cabin. Who might have something to do with all this. Steal your weapons.
I'm just like looking in the window. What do I see them like hitting each other?
Yeah, you can hear them, and you can kind of peek around to the side and see them hitting each
I
other.
can hear them.
Yeah.
If I hear him say that, I'm going to be like,
I would have whispered. I don't know if you would have heard me. I would have definitely whispered that to probably
Well,
just
they can hear
Casimir.
the yelling and
Yeah.
hammer hitting.
I just meant specifically what I said.
And Norm yells back at you, Casimir, after you jab at him with your bill hook. And he goes, "Hey!"
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Something strange going on here.
And I look back at Ventus and just kind of knowingly give him a nod as if to say, "Show me where."
Gil, are you still standing next to Norm?
Wasn't intending on standing next to him. I was intending on standing back with the bow.
I thought you said you were standing next to the door.
I said I was standing behind. I said I went up there with Norm and said to stand behind him with the bow.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you meant
Yeah.
like behind him, like with him up to the door.
Yeah. No.
Okay, never mind. You can move yourself wherever you need to. Wynn.
Then I would have whispered that to.
Nice. Good recovery.
I love my cat. I would like to. I would have whispered that to Gil as well if Gil was within whisper shot.
Wynn, if you will make an intelligence saving throw for me.
me?
Yes, sir.
I got an 8.
Wynn, if you will make a melee attack against Louis.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
No,
it's
don't
bad.
do that. Don't do that.
Oh, Louis.
No.
Louie. Oh no.
Oh wait, I have to roll the
I'm
hit.
gonna stab you.
I mean, yeah, you have to try to hit me.
I was already rolling damage. I was just
You're
assuming.
like, all right, man, I got you.
17.
Gracie's like 11, right? Something.
It's 12. I didn't have my armor on whenever I had my AC written down before.
Yeah, so I do 9 points of damage. I pick up.
So now the four of you on the deck hear Louis yelp out as you can almost see him stagger back from what weapon, Xavier?
My trident.
Ow.
Ow.
A golden, bloody trident.
I look at Gil and Casimir and I whisper, what side of the room, or is it? Can you like ping where the dwarven figure is in that room, Logan?
Yes. I can laser point.
Right there.
Right through the, and
so,
the
like-
door, and the doorway is open.
Yeah. So, on three, the three of us rush into the room. He's standing right in the middle of the room. Actually, here's what we're going to do. On the count of three, I am going to cast a spell at him.
Casimir, make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Can I?
We're not an intelligent
don't have
group
time for
overall.
puns.
Speak for yourself.
5.
Make a melee attack against Ventus.
As Casimir is
14.
doing that,
That does not hit.
Gil is just going to just.
Mage armor is up at all times.
Bloody hell.
Can I cast a spell when I get a chance?
Gil
Yeah.
is firing an arrow. Into
Okay,
the
so
doorway.
as I turn and just like
Okay.
stab Louis, I go, oh, sorry that it wasn't of my own volition. If I wanted you dead, I would have had someone do it personally, other than me. And then I'm going to cast Fairy Fire, just like around me, just to see. I believe it's a 20-foot radius.
Mhm.
Yeah, just to see if there's something like around me that's like doing this.
Okay.
What's the save on that?
It is a Dex.
And then Gil, you were releasing an arrow as Casimir turned and
As Casimir starts to turn, Gil just goes, "We don't have time for plans," and it's just going to launch an arrow. into the
so
doorway.
Gil, go ahead and make your attack roll at disadvantage. The two of you up on the pier make your dex saves, and then we will end up rolling initiative. Go into actual initiative.
I rolled a 6.
The roll.
Okay, so that fails.
Yeah. So I'm lit.
Natural one.
You're lit.
Oh boy.
The first one was 12. Well, plus 5.
Go and roll some damage.
I hate that. 14 points of damage.
Oh, I didn't actually. Carson, do you recall how much damage you did to Norm earlier? Or no, you missed.
I did
You
not
missed.
hit
That's
Norm.
why. That's why.
Yeah, I missed.
I was like,
Norm.
I didn't write it down. Why didn't I write
Oh,
it
you
down?
ain't gotta rub it in his
Yeah.
face, dude.
Yeah, my rolls for intelligence saves have been shit, but my rolls to hit have also been shit. Really.
So if I can get all of you to roll initiative.
We're gonna use a different die.
Yeah, so am I.
Carson, the die that die you gave me was the one that rolled the natural one.
Dude, I'm gonna get you a new pair of dice.
I honestly don't even think it's the dice anymore. I think it really is just me. I have so many d20s and none of them roll well.
Oh, buddy, I'm gonna get you a pair of weighted dice.
I love how it has the party names of. I need to change my party name.
Yeah, we've got a
Yeah,
party
you're,
made
you're
out
literally
of
the only one.
Ventus, D-O-G, Varian, Gil, and Wynn.
Change it.
You the go. I think it's
the pencil marker.
At least Xavier and I are on top of our
I had
We're
mine changed since
professional.
last
and,
week.
and you, Jacob. I'm sorry. I did not mean to
And
leave
you,
out.
Jacob.
It's not about you, Jacob.
I did not mean to
I
leave
mean,
you out. My
it
bad.
is, but just because you don't recognize it doesn't mean it's not true.
Okay, Wynn, what was your initiative?
15.
15. Ventus, what was yours?
18.
Gil, what was yours?
17.
Casimir, what was yours?
Also 17.
And then Louis.
Also 15.
Incredible.
Okay. Now, if I can get Ventus, you see this aura shift a little bit to essentially pin itself on the edge of the doorway to be able to kind of take cover and poke around. And Casimir, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Again? Okay.
He's found his target.
11.
If you will make a melee attack against Gil.
Great.
10.
Yeah, doesn't hit.
I haven't hit a single time.
Good. I'm glad.
Alrighty.
God. Oh, the practice rolls. This one hit like a 17, a 16, and a nat 20. But
That's why you don't do
And,
practice rolls.
yeah,
You waste
well,
all your
it's
luck.
working out for me now.
Did my fairy fire reveal anything around me?
It did not. It just lit up you and Louis. Alright, Ventus, it is your turn.
I'm going to, knowing that I still have a beat on this guy, I'm going to shift forward, kind of go around Norm and just kind of step into the doorway and turn the corner and go, well, that's quite enough of that. And just gather two, like, motes of air in my hand and kind of press them together and cast Thunder Wave
Okay, what kind
in
of
this
save
direction. Con save, I'm pretty sure. Wait, let me check. I will make sure that I'm accurate.
is that? Accurate.
Accurate.
Con save, yep.
That is an 18.
That will save, but it will still take half damage. Let's see. There you are. Nice.
There you are.
Oh, wow. So that's 16 points of damage to his 2 8s, so half to 8.
Nice.
And is not pushed back.
Not pushed back. However, in this room, some glass is shattered. The bedrolls and variety of like living accoutrement are thrown everywhere, but also some papers are launched into the air as well and create just this swirl for a moment. Anything else?
And then I will take a step back and let my party members be able to have a way through.
Okay.
Did the figure that I saw the aura of, did it have any kind of reaction to...
Oh, he staggered back. Definitely staggered back.
All right. Excellent.
But didn't
He's still in there. I would love to try diplomacy, but it didn't really seem to be an option today.
However, because I had to roll something, you glance over and yell that to say that he's still in there. When you glance back and step around that seat on the ship's deck, this invisible dwarf is now visible. As the thunderwave damage was enough to break his concentration, staggering him back. He has what seems to be this kind of jagged-looking, darker iron blade in his hand, wearing all the furs of most Icewind Dale residents. But instead of sort of tanned or golden or fair skin that you would know most dwarves to have, this one has ashy black skin, white beard, and sort of these milky white eyes. And then just a grimace on his face. Once he realizes, you are a well-studied. This is a Dwergar.
Interesting.
What?
A Weirdar?
A
Dwergar.
Duragar.
Duragar.
A deep dwarf.
And I'll take it to Gil.
Seeing that he is now visible, and seeing that he is behind the wall, which is not favorable, Gil is just gonna fucking hoof it forward, and as he's coming around through the door, he's gonna kind of like spin around, knocking an arrow, and with like this like cold determination in his eyes, he's just gonna say, "Boo," and release the arrow at point blank range.
Okay. Did you take a thing?
Yes, I did. I actually texted it to you like I said I would.
Oh. Oh, I didn't get a notification.
Oh, weird.
That's what I thought. No disadvantage on close quarter attacks, baby.
That's poggers.
And that is a 19 to hit.
That'll definitely hit. So
Get his ass, Gil. Get his
an
ass.
arrow the size of a javelin being fired from a foot away.
Oh, baby. I don't think I've ever seen 2 6s on D6s in my life. So that would be 16 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to dump a smite into that for fun.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, I gotta remember. Hang on. It's been a while since I've used smite.
It's
It's
been
been a while. I gotta
2
remember how many
seconds.
fucking
2d8
1 week.
D8s.
per level.
Thank you.
Well, 2d8 for first level, and then 1d8 for every additional level.
Well, that's not favorable. And then 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay. He yells out as you pop around the corner and say, "Boo." And he snaps back after, like, the arrow basically sinks in through his shoulder and pierces through and smacks into the wall behind him. But he spits out back at you. Says, "A filthy Goliath!" And is just
Ooh.
furious. Furious.
Filthy. Whoa.
And
Cold determination turns into a little bit.
definitely. Okay, Casimir.
Okay, with the skilled footwork of a hunter, I move forward. And, is there? It's kind of unclear space wise. Could I get like here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I definitely move forward, and then I see this guy through a slit in the door, and I just say,
Throw down your weapon and we won't have to kill you.
and I stab forward at him. Fuck me, 8.
That's not gonna hit.
Cool. I menace him with the end of my bill hook.
I wiggle my bill hook menacingly.
Yeah, I put it up in his face, and I go, yeah.
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 Yeah. And yeah. I'm not blocking the door. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Louis, you and
Louis.
Wynn both on initiative count 15. I will say from where you are, you can kind of see through the window and start seeing this sort of scuffle happening within the cabin.
So I can see him?
Yes.
Is this a window that has glass, or is this a window that's just open?
Nope, it has very thick glass.
Very thick glass.
And it's also like one of those sort of like smaller, like just kind of right there at the ceiling, sort of like in a basement or a cellar.
Okay. I am going to
You wanna
I'm
let
gonna
Wynn-
start
oh,
running.
okay. You start running?
I'm gonna start running towards the boat.
Okay.
I have no other options. My movement speed is 25, so I'm gonna move my 25, and as my action, I'm gonna cast Goodberry. So I'm just gonna like populate some berries in my hand and yell at Wynn and be like, "Don't come after me, please."
Sorry. I listen. If I wanted you dead, I would have had you executed in front of
You
the
already-
entire town.
You already
This
stabbed
is
me the
not-
other day. I don't need to have it happen again. Thank you.
This is not my. This isn't my style.
All right, Wynn, what are you gonna do?
Seeing as he's running away, I'm just like, well,
Time to stab him again.
I could just kill him.
Throw your trident out.
I was like, that was a little fun. No. So I see like the little dude inside fighting Gil. I am going to do. I'm just gonna look at him, like squint my eyes really bit, really tiny, and I'm just going to use command, and so I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw.
Now who has to make the saving throw?
16.
Ah, dang it! You
There's
passed.
something, Mr. Holy Person. You get a sense that there's something magical about him. That
Mr. Holy Person.
there's something about his. Some would call it force of will. Others would call it insanity. Fanaticism. There's something about him that is just repellent to magic.
Oh.
Something about the way you move.
I'm looking. I try to like. I say like a quick little prayer, and I see that this is working. I just like look up, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go stab him too. And I just go. I'm just gonna start running.
You
to the
start
ship.
chasing after Louis.
Yeah.
Louis,
I'm
you
like,
turn
Louis,
around
I
and
promise this
Wynn's
isn't for you.
Promise this isn't for you.
Start freaking out already.
Get away!
There's a bloodlust in my eyes, and my mouth starts foaming.
What's your movement speed? I'm sure you're just gonna pound something like Jesus.
My movement speed is 20.
Oh, wow.
Fast in the water.
Oh. Rip.
So 10, 20. There we go.
Jeez Louise. Man, what is Norm good at?
Not public speaking.
Yeah, it's funny because Minotaurs can either get proficiency in intimidation or persuasion, and I'm like, no, neither is Norm. Norm, he'll keep it simple. He'll just kind of run in, swing around with his hand axe, and pop back out to get out of the way because I don't want to bother too much with him. He misses. So then he's going to back up and just get out of the way. And I'll have him second wind and get some hit points back. That will take it back up to the top. Gil, since you are right there, this dwarf whose shoulder is pouring blood, has his beard and everything has been blown about, his braid's been thrown about by the thunder wave, clutching this knife in his hand. He points back up at you, and says, "You best bend the knee to the Sunblights. This will be our kingdom one day, and we will rule all of And he shrinks down, and shrinks down, and shrinks down, and shrinks down.
Great.
Until eventually,
He is small.
I throw dice around. You lose sight of him.
Oh.
Amid all of the thrown about sleeping rolls and papers and sacks of things and
I have
whatever
a
else.
question.
Yes.
Did he roll like a ability check?
Nope. Oh, yes, he
Okay.
did. To hide.
Can I see him?
No. Not the angle you're at, not with Casimir in front of you.
Okay, never mind.
And he disappears. Ventus, is there anything you want to do? As you try to peek around Casimir, and now this dwarf is gone.
I'll come into the room and I'll just look at Gil. Go, what happened? Where did he go?
He turned small and then disappeared.
Do you still have detect magic up?
Yes.
You can still see him.
Well,
He's no longer in the boat. He moved through a tiny crack at the backside of the boat and is now over here.
Like, does he look like he's under the water?
It's ice.
Under the ice?
Yep. Well, not under the ice. He's just running on it.
He's
cold
he's
as
He's
outside.
also like this big.
I So you said this is okay. I have a very important question. Did the window, when I cast Thunder Wave, did the window shatter?
I don't know if it does that. I know it throws stuff.
I mean, it breaks
around.
inanimate. It breaks things that are non-magical items.
Then yeah, it would have broken the window.
How big is the window?
Like about 5 or 6 inches tall.
So
Oh, I thought
is
you
it
went
small? Is it a
5 or 6 inches tall.
Well, 5 or 6 inches tall, then maybe like a foot wide, and there's like 2 or 3 of them along each wall.
I'm sorry. Might be a dumb question. Is that big enough for me to like jump through?
No.
Aw.
You could maybe squeeze through it, but it would take like your entire turn.
Like all my movement?
No, like your whole turn to be able to like climb up, make sure your head can fit through it, and make sure your shoulders, like it would take you a while.
What I'll do is I'll run up to the window and I will call out to Wynn and Louis outside and go, there's a very small dwarf running away. He's the one that's making us attack each other, I think. He's right there. And I'll point at him.
You
I
see
told
an
you it
arm
wasn't
just
me.
ran like point. Like
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't. Still don't trust you.
And I will. Let's see what I can even freaking do. I don't want to open you mail. Shut up.
you've got mail.
Yeah, let's see.
It's mail time.
Oh, that's what I'll do. I'll just well, this is probably not gonna work, but can I
Try it.
can I cast charm person on him? Be like, wait, come back. You seem very interesting. We'd like to have a chance to talk to you.
You sure could.
And it's disadvantage because
We're fighting him.
it. But I'm just trying, you know.
It was all a misunderstanding. We're trying to end your existence.
I just
What do you
yell
mean
at
you
him.
no harm now?
That 13.
He fails.
No way.
Nice.
Hot dog.
Fuck you, little dwarf invisible man.
Okay. With that, we'll take it to Gil. You hear Ventus yell, "Wait, come back! I'm just trying to talk."
I've
to you."
charmed him. I've done it.
I guess I'm just gonna move outside to the side of the boat and just keep my bow ready and just be like, I'm going to thrust this one with whatever he is doing, and just wait. I'm just going to wait.
Bring your bow.
Like, it's time to exercise patience. As he's sitting there, still like arrow and knocked on the bow, just like, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Casimir. You've heard all of this as well. He has been charmed. He's escaping, etc.
Okay. Okay, do I think this character has been successfully charmed? Can I see him?
You cannot see him.
But I saw where he pointed, right? Roughly.
You saw the arm point out of the window off to the side. Nothing exact.
Okay, can I go over to the window and try to ascertain where he is?
Make a perception check, but that would be your action
Okay.
to search for him.
Nope. I look out, I look back to Ventus, and I just kind of shrug, like,
I can't see him.
No tiny man.
yep, cool. This has been a great combat for Casimir.
Louis, you're being chased by Wynn while you're trying to eat good.
Yeah, that sounds like my life.
Ventus yelled something about he's tiny and running that way.
I can imagine I'm also just like wildly swinging my trident. I won't hit you, I promise.
I'm gonna 100% try to take my turn or take my action to spot tiny dude.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
A perception check. Nope.
Okay. Anything else?
I'll use my movement speed. Did I see where he pointed towards?
Kind of just pointed like back to the back side of the boat and sort of toward town. So basically back where you were.
I'm gonna be like, okay, Wynn. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go over there.
Okay. So he runs back past you. Well, Wynn, what would you like to do?
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if I can do this with this spell, but so he's like running on the ice.
Yes.
Could I use Create Destroy Water to just like break the ice underneath his feet?
Sure. If you can see the point that you're gonna do it at, and if you can see him, which you don't know where exactly he's at.
I just know that he's at the back of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. First, I'll move up closer. So 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, and then you said I need to make a perception check?
That would be your action to be able to spot him, or you can just kind of pick a point and hope for the best.
Oh, it's my action to spot him?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, let's cause some chaos. I'm going to create Destroy Water near just like the back end of the ship, just to see. Who knows, this might have a ripple effect or something, I don't know. Oh, I may accidentally kill this man. Well, not really.
Don't
it's
do
not
a
really an
hostile.
accident.
Don't do a hostile action towards him, or he'll not be charmed anymore.
Well, I mean, if he falls and freeze, if he just so happens to freeze to death in the water, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, we'll chip him out like Looney Tunes.
You know.
So it's a 30-foot cube, which is a big old cube. 3, 4, 5, like 6, or yeah. Does that work for you? Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's 6. Oh, that's 1 too short. We'll say it goes that way. Okay. So all of us, well, you describe what it looks like when you destroy all this ice.
So I'm just going to. I'm running and I'm swinging my trident wildly, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to like accidentally hit the trident to the ground like really hard, and it's just going to just be it's like almost like wild magic, just kind of where you just like I'm not fully intending to do this, but as I hit my trident to the ground, it causes the water to just shake a ripple and just crack underneath, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And I just shout, get off the ship.
So all of that ice is now crashed, cracked, and breaking apart, which it's actually kind of good for the boat because it starts to loosen up a bit, rather than being frozen in place. Okay. Anything else, Wynn?
Do I hear a little splash as a little tiny man falls inside of it?
You don't hear a little tiny maid. You hear a lot of splashing water and cracking ice.
Oh no!
Let's see. I don't know what Norm would do. Norm will just kind of run and jump and leap. Right here.
Dodge roll.
You can't really see over there, so he can't really get close enough to make any kind of perception check. So he'll start looking around wildly on the pier to see if anything appears on the pier.
Yeah.
Appears on the pier.
Golden.
Excellent.
Ventus, you can see the little man splash down into the water. Does a 17 break charm person?
Yes.
You see a
Why did?
Mhm.
Did? Hold on.
plunging him into icy cold water. Yeah. You see a different magical aura take over him as he does his best to begin paddling very slowly underneath the pier and trying to climb up one of like the posts.
Never mind. He's not charmed anymore.
Very tiny like.
Does he take damage from being in like freezing water?
There is stuff that I don't think it's damage. I think it's levels of exhaustion. Which
He
are,
takes 5 levels of exhaustion, instantly
yeah,
die.
Just dies. Which, you know, pretty close to anyway. Basically, his furs and stuff are ruined and will not protect him from the cold for right now.
A fashion faux pas for the ages.
Oh no.
But, you all...
Yeah.
Nothing yet. That will now bring it to Ventus. You can see him clutching to the...
I can't see him. My concentration would have been broken when I cast Charm Person. So I can't see him anymore. To be fair.
To be fair.
To be follow the rules. But I...
Oh, is detect magic concentration?
I believe so. I will check.
Pretty sure.
Detect magic. Yeah. Yes, it is. Oh wait, Charm Person wasn't concentration. Never mind. That's weird. Charm Person isn't concentration. Cool.
I learned that the hard way once.
Well. So never mind. I take that back. So Charm Person is gone, but I still can detect magic. But I, a little upset that it's not charmed anymore. because I wanted to talk to him to see what he knew. Instead, I'm going to do the next best thing is I would like to... I will leave the business outside to other people. I'm going to look around quickly in this cabin to see if there's anything of note. Those papers that I scattered around specifically, if there's anything in here that looks important?
Definitely. So besides sleeping bags, all sorts of rations and things, you see that there is a map of Icewind Dale that was blown around, but has been marked on in the areas around 10 towns, and the areas just outside of 10 towns. Besides that, it's mostly just stolen food, stolen supplies, things like that, but then a map.
I will pick up the map and hold on to that for later. Is that my action to look around and pick that up?
Yes, it would be.
Okay. And can I just I guess I will, for the rest of my turn, I will grab that map, not seeing anything else. And I don't see anything else magic related in here, right?
No, you do not.
All right, then I will go. Hope that didn't mean to pick up the dot. I keep picking up the dot. I don't want the dot.
Don't pick up the dot.
Why am I picking up the dot? I'm trying to pick up me.
Oh, you click the hand.
Oh. Where's the... Oh, my bad. How do I pick up... How do I not grab the hand?
How do you not grab the hand?
Hold on. Oh, there we go. Sorry. 5, 10, 20, 20, 30. And I'm going to start going outside now that I have a map.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Now that'll bring it to Gil and Casimir.
Since I see that the ship has come a bit loose and that it looks like we are on our way off it, I'm just going to go ahead and leap over the side onto the pier.
Okay.
And just, I guess, like, look around to see if I see a very tiny dwarf.
You jump over the side, Superman land, and if you'll make a perception check for me.
13.
You do not see a tiny little dwarf. Casimir, do you follow suit?
Yeah, I was really hoping I could do something. Yeah, I will follow Gil over the side. Is the ship tied onto the dock?
It is, but it's so frozen in place that might as well not be.
Okay, this hasn't disrupted it enough.
No, this is just the back end.
I'll make a perception check.
Okay.
Okay, that's a little better. 16.
A 16? You do not see a little dwarf.
All right. Another great turn for Casimir. That's all she wrote.
Wynn, you hear a nearly deafening group of screams. Let me see here. Let me pull out something else. I'm just gonna use those some more. And then a barrage as also fellow invisible dwarves, different than the one you saw. Rather than a nice braided white beard. These are a little bit scruffier and wiry, not as old as the one you saw. They're yelling, "Does anyone speak Dwarvish?"
Yeah, I'm currently a dwarf, so I don't know if that just like innately gives me that. but,
Well, what did you switch whenever you became a dwarf?
Oh, I did go to dwarvish. I went to
So
common, dwarvish, elvish, and uncommon.
you hear what sounds like war screaming for everyone else. You hear them, not sure how you understand, hear them yelling, "Lord Sunblight! Lord Sunblight! Dearth, where are you?" As they are looking around and attacking Wynn. 20, oh boy, 21, 23, dirty 20.
Those all hit. My AC's 18.
So with a variety of picks in hand, oh no.
Good luck.
Oh no. 23 points of damage. from all
Immediately
three.
down.
Oh no!
They all bring Wynn down.
Would you say they all break Wynn?
This isn't really a time for comedy. My character's going to die.
I'm trying to keep things light to deal with the tragedy.
And that will now bring it to Norm, who is very stuck back here.
And who very much got us into this situation.
Yeah, funny how he's not here.
Not
Yep.
here. He just ran on a boat.
To deal with the actions, the consequences of his actions.
You can take it out on Alan next time he's here.
Hello. You gonna give him a big noogie? I'm give him a swirly.
Oh, can I help you with that?
Yes.
Gnarly
absolutely.
swirly.
Been my
Uh,
lifelong dream to get revenge for the swirlies people tried to give me in middle school.
So
Try.
using his hand axe, he
Try.
delivers a blow to that one. And you know what? Might as well action surge and do an offhand. He'll just do it all. Might as well,
Do
baby.
it.
Um,
Go for broke.
Yeah.
That one misses, and then offhand that misses with a 2. Shout out to the 2 crew. Welp. They'll bring it back up to Little one.
Little one.
Did I ever get to go? I was supposed to go at the same time as Wynn. I don't remember existing.
I may have skipped over you.
Okay, cool.
Oopsie. Oopsie.
You probably weren't doing anything important anyway.
You're right.
Right.
Ouch. Well, for my action, I'm gonna be like, well, I know you like this last time, so I'm gonna feed Wynn a berry.
Oh.
He dips one of his berries into your mouth.
Yeah, you regain 1 hit point.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is that medicinal?
Don't worry about it. Either way, I'm gonna cast.
Is it like dipped in chocolate?
Chocolate and salty.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Do I? That's my action, by the way. For my Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and cast as my bonus action Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh. Yeah. Since I can't do nothing else.
Alrighty. As a note, Wynn, being brought back from death's door, you have 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh.
You guys remember
Mm-hmm.
that house
Mhm.
rule? Yep.
Yep. Sure do. Now.
Right? I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
Little
Never
guy is gonna do his thing. Ventus, it is your. Oh, I just moved Casimir. Ventus, it is your turn. You now see a big commotion happening at the southern end of the pier.
Alrighty.
Alrightio. I can't do that. My favorite Dragon Age voice line. Can't do that.
I can't do that.
I can't do. I can't do that.
No, I can't do that.
I will. God. There you go. I will move outside. And see. That there is bad things afoot. And I will try my best to. Is it the gangplank of the boat? Is it like? Does it go like up at all?
A little bit.
Okay. I just want to use that to like get some height, because I just want a. I want an angle on one of the dwarves to cast Firebolt, if that's possible.
It'll be very difficult because you've got 3 very tall folks in the way, and then a Louis, and then a Wynn. Oh, Wynn's on the ground.
How tall is Louis?
Louis, did I put down that in my notes? Let's find out.
Well, you're a dwarf now,
I
right?
did. I am a. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm a dwarf. I didn't write that down.
And I thought you had said he was like taller or a little bit leaner for a dwarf.
Whenever he was a ranger, he was 6'5", or not a ranger. Whenever he was the race of a dark elf, he was 6'5". But mountain dwarf heights, he'd be just a. Yeah, he's just gonna be a tall mountain dwarf.
5'5", 5'6".
Let's put him at 5'7" for funsies.
Oh.
Taller
I
than those
forgot
guys.
that the map goes on even if there's not. It's not. It doesn't exist on the map. Can I just like go this way to get an angle?
Oh, never mind.
That way
Dwarves are
is ice. This is
How
like
wide is the pier? Just 10 feet wide, or is it a little bit wider?
yeah, it's 10 feet wide.
Oh, I didn't realize this was a pier. I'm
Okay.
sorry. If that's the case, then never mind.
On the boat.
Mountain dwarves are between 4 and 5, by the way. So I'll probably be, I don't know, like 5'1", let's say. Okay.
5. We stand our short game.
So it would be a very difficult shot to
Yes.
like a -5 to the roll, kind of hard.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Or a +5 to AC.
I'll go for it.
Go for it.
It's not terrible. Let's see. Does a 16 hit? That's my I -5 that, or should I just do the regular? And then you're adding the +5 DC.
I was adding the +5, yeah.
Oh, so 21 then.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Firebolt's a D10, right?
Mhm.
4.
The captions read that as Sparkle Sparkle is a D10, right? That's your new spell.
Sparkle,
Sparkle.
Sparkle, sparkle.
How the fuck did they get Firebolt to become?
Sparkle Sparkle.
Oh, it's because when we curse. Was it when we curse?
Firebolt.
No, it was just the way you said Firebolt. It just
Firebolt?
Firebolt.
Fireball, fireball,
Fire-
Anyway, how much damage was that?
4.
Louis,
Damn it!
You feel a singe as a bit of fire touches your hair and ear, licks the side of your face, and smashes into the shoulder of this dwarf in
Okay,
front
good.
of you.
Woo!
Just barely. It was a 21, Jacob.
Nice. Holy shit! Getting very lucky today. Sorry. I know you like close calls.
So, Carson, that's where your luck went.
That's where
Jacob,
my what?
your luck. Jacob took it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob siphoning.
What do you mean
a
Jacob
luck
took it? Jacob's
vampire.
like one of the luckiest people I know in D&D. Jacob didn't
Yes.
take it. Jacob's got his own damn luck.
No, he's been siphoning
It's
it
been
from us.
it's just been a long con.
He's the Colin Robinson of the group. That's,
We're a family
No.
here.
Shadows reference.
Hello.
Love that show.
Rest in peace.
My dad loves that.
It's
show,
so good!
apparently.
Anyway, we gotta start. All right. Gil. Gil and Casimir.
I am sad because I don't have a lot. I don't have any area things, but I do have one thing that I can do, which is shoot my bow. So I'm just going to knock an arrow, pull back, and I'm just gonna say, duck, and then launch an arrow.
Okay, same deal. Roll to hit.
That is a 21.
That's exactly
Plus
what
five.
you need.
10 plus 5, baby. That is 2 16s in a row on this one.
There
I'm
you
starting to
go.
like this die. Starting to like this one. Oh, and I guess I'm shooting. Sorry, I didn't pick which one. I didn't actually. I'm just gonna shoot the one in front of Louis.
Yeah.
Try to get
No way.
defeat in detail.
No way.
Oh fuck! I lost a D2. 6, not D2. Good. Okay. That is 10 points of piercing damage. Where did that?
He is not looking good. Looking quite bad,
Nice.
actually.
Okay, so I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the windows on this ship?
On sort of this backside, down here, sort of near the top of the cabin itself, and so like
Okay.
people standing in the room are like at eye level with the window. You guys outside, you kind of have to crouch a little bit to see in.
Okay, so if I went like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, could I stab at this guy in front of Wynn through the window?
Sure could try.
Is the boat covered on top?
No,
I was assuming like Oh. I was thinking
Yeah.
that room, the cabin is, but not the boat
Okay,
deck.
yeah.
I
So
goofed.
I have a pretty significant reach, and I've been in that room before. Do I think if I went in there, I could hit the shot? And would it give me maybe some sort of surprise because he wouldn't expect it coming through a window?
Not surprised, because he probably would have seen you leap across and land back on the deck and run along the deck.
Okay.
But you think you could pull it off?
Okay. That is cocked.
You could theoretically hit the guy in the corner. from
18.
there.
18. That'll do it.
Yes.
That'll do. Okay.
That'll
Okay.
do.
Cool. So, I bound over there again with like startling agility, and I dash into this little room, and I find this window, and I catch sight of this dude who's menacing Wynn, fucking hanging on by a thread, and I speak some words in a slight guttural language, and almost as if like the swirling of snowflakes, a kind of icy blue magic coalesces around the end of my my bill hook and sticks to it like frost, and I just aim right through and spear this guy like through the shoulder or with the end of the bill hook, and I use my bonus action to do that thing, that they updated Rangers can do that's like Hunter's Mark. So I'm gonna do an extra D4 of damage on that. So let's roll my damage. Okay, pretty decent damage. 8 plus 3, 11 points of damage. And as I pull out, you see, as I pull my bill hook from this dude's shoulder through this now shattered window, kind of the magic coalesces around the wound, and like the blood starts to freeze in fractals. I was kind of like digging in further and spreading more carnage through his flesh. And yeah, that's where I will end my turn.
What was the total on that damage?
11.
Alright. Ooh. Definitely went him, and almost, you could feel like with enough force, you probably could have pushed through and gotten the second one, knocked them into each other. But rears back the blood, and snow spatters into the air. And now we're on to Louis and Wynn.
Now, Louis don't remember why we even came here in the first place. Truly, he's just like, we came to this lake because it was frozen. Now we're fighting some dwarves. That's cool. And so he's just gonna turn around, and the person in front of me is still alive somehow. Carefully. I'm just gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark this person, and then so basically I'm just gonna wink at him. And as I wink at him, I'm gonna swing
your
my
Hunter's Mark
staff
is
at
a
him.
little like kiss imprint on his cheek.
Yeah. And I'm gonna swing at him. For 17 to hit.
Ooh, that'll definitely hit.
And that'll be that's a good bit of damage. Give me a second. Let me see if I can actually roll this other dice that it won't let me roll. Okay. So that's 15 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
I'm gonna wink at him. And as I do, he's gonna be a little distracted. And so I'm gonna take the I'm gonna swing up my staff and hit him on top of his head and knock him back and kill him.
Bonk him right back to horny
Bonk
jail.
him real good. And now that he's not in front of me, I'm gonna rotate. And
Hitting single file.
yeah, and I'm gonna tap Norm on the shoulder and be like, "There you go. I cleared a path for you." And I'll just say in Dwarvish to these people like, "Brothers, I don't know if you want to continue doing this. My friends here are gonna kill you."
Louis turns on us. He's just like, "Hey, brothers, you want to help killing these no beards?"
Louis doesn't have a beard.
Louis has a beard in his Dwarvish form.
Oh. My bad.
Incredible.
That's fine. It's hard to portray a character that doesn't exactly have a continuous race.
Set identity. All right, Wynn on the ground
Cool.
at
Yeah.
death's door.
So
Future king of Icewind Dale.
I wake up, eat the rest of that berry, swallow it down. And then when I stand up, I feel like my eyes they're going to shoot open, and what you see, fully forming them are just. It looks when you look into my eyes, it looks as if you're just looking back at the galaxy itself, as you just see a constellation of stars. And then I'm going to do my channel divinity. Twilight Sanctuary.
Hell yeah.
And so I'm just going to stand up, and you hear Wynn say, but it's very much like not the typical Wynn voice, and he just stands up and he says, "You dare strike down the warrior of twilight." And then I slam my trident onto the ground, and a huge dark dome appears around me. And it's a 30-foot radius. The sphere is centered on you, 30-foot radius, and it's filled with dim light. It moves with me and lasts for a minute until I'm incapacitated or die. Whenever a creature, including me, ends its turn in the sphere, I can grant that creature one of the benefits, which are 1d6 plus 2 temporary hit points, and I can end one effect that is causing it to be charmed or frightened.
That is rad.
So that's what I'm going to do. It's a dim light, and then I am going to give myself 1d6 plus 2 hit points. So I'm going to roll that.
Do it.
Hell yeah,
Get it.
brother.
Get it,
That's
girl.
7 points of temp HP. Not 87, just 7. One day we'll get to 87.
One day.
So you're not being
And-
swirled with kind of like a almost dusty starlight around you.
Exactly. And
In
I
the
have
snow.
like dark vision out the wazoo, so they may not be able to see, but I can see them perfectly.
Rad. Beautiful. Gorgeous. You see the one that's directly in front of you Wynn, smack the guy next to him. And then Louis, you heard the one that got smacked say, "Get him back to Sunblight." As this guy disengages and runs 25 feet away. Because of the way that the piers are, he's going to be within sight for several hundreds of feet.
Good.
He's just going to be, increasing
Did
distance away.
the small one, is he still there?
You don't know.
I do.
Detect magic is 30 feet?
I thought it was 60.
30 years.
I will look. Hold on.
30.
30. Never mind. I will in a moment. Maybe. I'm gonna try to.
So that fella's gonna run. The other one, you know what? He'll do the same. He will disengage, and so they will both be a distance away. But not far, because they're like within 30 feet. They have little dwarvish, stubby legs.
Let's say my radius is 30 feet, so it's 30 feet from me. Do they get out of the radius?
No, they do not. Good. I'll bring it to Norm's turn. I don't know what he can do.
Sorry, never mind. My apologies.
I will assume that I'm going to assume a couple of things so we can wrap this up a little narratively. Are you guys going to try to chase them down and kill them since they move so much slower than you do?
Oh, yes.
I'm not.
Gil will.
I absolutely will.
Carson, you're muted.
Okay, I'm gonna
Classic.
try to incapacitate at least one.
Louis personally does not remember why he would even be trying to kill these people, so he's just like, whatever. We came here, we were chased off of a dwarf, and now we're trying to kill people, so that's cool.
Can I trip one with my big long hook?
Well, who has of the three of you who are going to chase them down? So you will inevitably be able to do that. Go ahead. Here's how we'll do this. If Austin, if you want to just roll a single attack roll for your bow. Carson, if you want to roll a single attack roll for your bill hook. And Xavier, what would you like to do to sort of chase them down? And attack them or incapacitate them? What was your plan?
Yeah, I was just going to keep chasing them, keeping them basically in darkness. That way they can't fully navigate out.
As you do and keep up with them, it doesn't seem to bother them.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'm just going to stab them with my trident.
You get close to stab. Okay, so you also just make a straight one single attack roll. Austin, what'd you get?
11.
Okay, Carson, what'd you get?
24.
I got a 21.
21. With enough time, Casimir, you were trying to trip them. Wynn, are you trying to kill them?
I think the warrior of Twilight, future prince and king of the sea, would not take lightly to those harming him. So he would have to execute them on the spot. It's just like, what type of king would I be if I just let people hit me? You know, they'd have to die.
Cool. The one that, I guess they all hit Wynn. I would like to try to prevent Wynn from. I'm assuming Wynn is gonna kill one no matter what I do. I'm gonna try to prevent him from killing the other.
Yes. So effectively, one can be incapacitated. One is killed.
Can
Yes.
I mortally wound one or fatally wound them?
Can I
No.
do that? Am I allowed? Come on, just like one arm, just cut it right off.
Let me rip his arms off. Let's.
He doesn't need all of his intestines. He
Yeah.
can take some of those out.
He can grow them back, can't he?
Is when that's happening, is Wynn within 60 feet?
Do you stay back where you were?
If they're like gonna chase them down and try to kill them, I'll probably try to stop them.
Wynn would be in 60 feet.
I'd like to use my reaction to use silvery barbs to make him re-roll that
His
to
attack
take the
roll.
lower roll. Yeah.
So Wynn, roll in, roll again.
All right. That's actually a better roll.
So
That's
he's
22.
21. So one of them has his blood sprayed across the dock. The other is tripped, knocks his noggin, and is rendered unconscious. But no sign of the little one. And at this point,
Do I still? And he's probably far enough away at this point, out of 30 feet, right?
yeah, and
All
you
right.
would be booking it just as fast. So
Would I know that Vin tried to stop me?
I don't know. What is I? You were
And
stopped
what does
by
it look
magic,
like when
yeah.
you use your silvery thing?
As you're like trying to swing at him, like this very strong wind blows you a little off course, not quite enough to make you miss, and this kind of green ethereal wind kind of like goes back to me, and it's supposed to give someone else advantage on an attack roll, but it's not going to matter because we're done with attacking for now.
So, dwarves dispatched one of them missing and fled. You stand amid the wreckage of dwarf bodies and blasted wood of the boat. A very regal and scary but bloodied Wynn swirled in sort of a weird dimness. Casimir swirled in a bit of snow. You guys can take a second and catch your breath.
I'm a hog tie. The still alive Wergar.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help him with that. If nothing else, just to make sure that if he happens to regain consciousness in the process, to keep him held down.
And I will eat 7 good berries.
Is everyone all right?
That hurt.
Yeah. Wynn, you took a bit of a knackering then. You you holding up, lad?
I think at this point I dropped the whole Twilight sphere. My eyes turned back to normal. I'm just like, I'm fine. You hear me just say to myself under my breath, you are the prince, you're going to be future king of the sea, future king of the entire world one day. You're fine, you're Prince Wynn, King Wynn, Emperor Wynn. All right, I'm fine, back.
After Casimir finishes tying up the Dwargar, Gil's just gonna walk over, just kind of like look at like wounds up and down, and just be like, "Just give me a moment, and I can help you with that." And he's just gonna like place his hand over one of the wounds. I'm gonna give you 5 lay on hands.
You're gonna give
Kind
that to
of
me?
like- yeah, to you.
Oh,
Like
nice.
the wounds kind of like start sealing up, and he just looks at you and says, "It is all right to admit that you're wounded. It is a challenge. You succeeded at it. Coming out with marks and wounds is not dishonorable. In fact, it is more honorable that way. It shows that you actually tried."
I really appreciate that. This armor set, I like to keep it very clean. I like to, I don't want to keep it. And now it's all scarred up and scratched. But you said it looks cool, right?
Armor is for use. Like, why would you? To keep it clean is a fool's errand. If you're wearing armor, you're wearing it to fight. If it has marks, I'm sure you should make sure that it stays sound, protective. Having marks on it's not shameful.
Unmarked armor is ironically the mark of a life unlived. At least out here in Frostwind Dale.
It is a sign of the
Dales.
challenges that you have been through. Wear it with pride.
I start taking my dagger and just start scraping it.
Well, that seems like a bit of a workaround, but you've had a day.
Keep
How
it
much do I
as
heal
smooth.
from that?
5. I give you 5.
Thank you.
Did any of you that are native to here, do we know anything about why Duragar would be here? They're typically underground dwellers, are they not?
Can I make a history check?
Has my clan had any interactions with the word?
So yeah, so it would really be. It would.
Nature.
I will let Carson. You make a history check. Austin, you make a history check with advantage.
Okay.
Can I make any kind of check?
You can make a normal straight history check.
As well.
I am glad I have advantage.
I got a 0.
Oh, the rare 0.
Hey, I almost had a dirty 1.
What was the name that he said? What the so-and-sos will live again?
Sunlight.
Sunblight.
Sunblight.
And they called little man Dearth.
Dearth.
Or Lord
Lord
Sunblight.
Sunlight.
They used it in a few different ways. He said, Sunblight will, have its day as seeming like an entity. Then they called him Lord Sunblight, and then they referred to I'm going back to Sunblight as if it's also a location. So you're not sure if that's a dwarven thing or what. Carson, you got a 12. Travis, you got like a negative 1,000, and Austin 11.
12 minus 1. I'm not smart.
The only thing you know about Dwargar in the area of Icewind Dale is that there have been rumors around a few of the 10 towns of people who have been dismissed as seeing things, being paranoid, whatever, as seeing invisible dwarves. Or seeing dwarves lurking around. Besides that, no other history, besides generally what you know about deep dwarves living underground and being secluded, things like that.
Perhaps when we get back to town, maybe we can ask if we ever can get audience with the leader of the town. Maybe perhaps they might know something about these sunblights. In my study of the history of this area, I don't think I've ever heard a name, but books are often pointless in comparison to real-life experiences with the people who live and breathe in a town.
You have not heard anything from my clan. We've had no real interactions. The only thing I've heard is from the people. So, and it's
I ain't
just
heard nothing.
fairy tales, which are
I ain't
clearly
heard
true.
Perhaps this one over here.
And I kind of just effortlessly lift this hogtie dwarf up.
Maybe he'll have something to say in a little bit when he wakes up.
Could be.
How much supplies or things were left inside they stole?
Enough for the 4 of them for a few days. So maybe a week's worth of supplies for 4 people.
Okay.
Or a 10-day.
We can take it
Casimir,
back to the town.
that's what I was thinking. Would one of you stronger folks care to help me gather what they have into a bag, and we can take it back with us?
I can help you.
All right. Thank you. And I'll go with Gil and gather up. And before I leave, I'll go. Also, I think they may have marked on this map. And I pull out the map of Icewind Dale with the markings on it. I will kind of like, before we go inside to gather the supplies, I will like lay it out in front of all of us for us to peruse for a second.
Mm-hmm. So gathering supply. We'll do map first, because Travis isn't here. So who are the folks going to get supplies?
Me and Gil, I guess.
So you two go gather up things. Takes you a little bit. A lot of, actually, not just a lot, everything in there is clearly stolen. Everything is in a different kind of bag or a different kind of box or crate. But it's still supplies nonetheless. So you're able to kind of gather up what you can, carry it out onto the pier. Might take a couple of people to help move everything. But one thing you notice, either one of you, you find a loose floorboard.
A what?
You're losing. We're losing you a little bit.
Loose floorboard, as I
Okay.
believe.
Okay. A loose floorboard?
Yes, a loose floorboard.
There you go. You're good now. Weird.
Gil, would you care to assist me in moving this board? It appears to be loose.
Of course. Just
And underneath the floorboard, in like just a little nook in the cabin of this boat, you see just a nice, very simple little box, not locked or anything, like a little keepsake box. And opening it up, you find very simple heirlooms, a little broken compass, little bits of like what seem to be jewelry, but that are kept on kind of a single ring, like different rings and things and charms, and then a book. At first, it just looks like sort of a journal, blank cover, blank spine and everything. But you open it up, flip to the first page, and it's not just a handwritten book. It is a historical book. It's a religious book. The title of it is The Light in the Dark. And it seems to be sort of a sailor's guide to religion, or religion for the common sailor. And so it's about a sailor and a sea captain's relationship to stars and the sky and the moon, but particularly from the perspective of the twin deities of the moon and of darkness, and the story of their falling out. And you see that inscribed in it, because like, you know how like, you get baptized or something and they give you a Bible and write your name in it. You see that it is signed or is bestowed upon someone named Captain Scython, Scython.
All right. I'll take that book, and I'll flip through the pages and kind of speed read just a couple lines of it, and I will close it and I will put it in my bag and I'll say, perhaps someone in town that might belong to this Captain Scython might be in town right now. We can give it to them.
Having been a frequent flyer around the 10 Towns area,
You can
does that
fly.
name ring a bell?
It would ring a bell for you. It would ring a bell for Casimir. It would ring a bell for Louis. That Captain Scython was the captain of the East Haven ferry before it got all frozen up and locked in place. What has happened to them since, you're not sure.
I know of Captain Saitan, but not of where they may be.
I've heard the name from travelers as well.
Used to run the ferry, in fact.
Well, perhaps they're still in town somewhere. We can return this book to them.
We
They
should
might
ask them
appreciate
out.
it.
That is a good idea.
Good, getting some good favor amongst residents would not be the worst thing in the world.
The box that we found, does that give off the vibe that it was stolen, or was it just hidden on the boat kind of thing?
It seemed like it was just hidden on the boat.
Okay.
It probably belongs to them as well.
It didn't. It didn't seem as though it had been moved in a while. So you're not sure if they've been here for a long time or if it's been there since the ferry froze.
Maybe we'll just keep these together. They have no real value to us. We can keep them together and give them back to this Captain Scython.
Did we find out what the map was for?
Yes.
We were waiting on you to get back.
It is
thank you.
a map of Icewind Dale, very loosely Icewind Dale. You see a couple of the landmarks marked, like the lake and the mountains and things like that. But it's all in Dwarvish.
Hell
so,
yeah.
Mr. Louis, you can read
I
and
will-
translate.
I will translate loosely. Pretty much anything I see on there.
Well, luckily, the main things of note is that every town in 10 towns is marked. It has
Sweet.
been sort of triangulated, and they've marked it off and notated on the map. There is a marking that's not just like, a circle or an X. Oh, actually, all of the towns are just sort of circled. There's an X at a place near the mountain called Kelvin's Cairn, which if you want to attend to the Owlbear Rodeo, we'll do this nice, pretty map of 10 towns.
Oh, yeah. Pretty.
There's a mountain not too far from your home of Caer Koenig, I believe. Let me double check that because I can be dumb sometimes and misread things. I'm not dumb, I can be forgetful. I'm call myself
Whoa.
dumb.
Was Rachel screaming in the background? Was that what just happened?
No.
Or in the back of your mind?
Maybe it's
They are
maybe
asleep.
back in my mind. Yes. So this mountain up just north of Caer Koenig, I can even try and draw a circle around it. Oh, fuck me. That's a terrible circle.
Cool. Nice. I mean, it's a circle. It exists as a circle.
That is the mountain called Kelvin's Cairn, which, if you recall, I think it was Austin who got
Yes. There's a
missing shipment.
yeah, it's a
of
missing
stuff.
shipment of iron. It's
Out near
in the valley between Kelvin's Cairn and Bryn Shander.
Yes.
In that valley there.
That dwarven valley along that little thing. So that is a recognizable place. And then lastly, the other notable location marked. Books, pages. There is an X. Oh Jesus H. There's an X far to the south in the spine of the world, several days, like quite a distance away, west of where a lot of the Goliaths are. That is marked with an X. And as far as any of you natives know, there's nothing out there. That's sort of the barrier between Icewind Dale and the world.
What could those X's mean? I wonder.
Perhaps places they've stolen from?
Far west of where the Goliaths are.
Here, let me.
Bases for their little
Oh
group.
god.
That's true. If they referred to Sunblight as in it was a place, perhaps this is they in Durgar they live underground. Perhaps this is ways for them to get back underground.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
Well,
quick.
good.
No, sorry. I was just gonna ask a question, but I don't want to.
Drew a very
I don't
faint
think
reference.
it would do us. It would. I don't think it would behoove us to chase them any further. We can just, if we can keep this map, perhaps if, knowing how to follow them becomes relevant later on, keep hold of it.
Having a map and someone who can read one in a bad idea. What did we come here for in the first place? Was it to try and see if we could unfreeze the ferry?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
trying
We're
to
going
see
to
if I
go-
can do that.
Yes. Well, I don't think. Unfortunately, I don't think that they have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
But the people
Probably.
have been talking about invisible dwarves, so if we take a visible dwarf back,
Who was
Yes.
once invisible, I imagine. Perhaps that
And-
might
and
give us
if
some
with
win.
returning the supplies, it could, this is adequate proof for them to find it believable that we came across them.
Yeah.
The tales are not just tales.
Yes, and I don't know. I can't possibly predict how this is going to go. Bringing this dwarf back after the town is already in an uproar about that wizard's execution.
Well, I was about to ask, is there, DM, am I able to see, any kind of, as a ranger, could I find any tracks? Could I help myself to looking around for some tracks of little tiny dwarf people?
You sure could if you want to take the time to do that.
I would like to take the time, and maybe I get a little bit of help from my big old pal.
Yeah. I will give Louis advantage on this help action.
Go for it.
I mean, are you better at the? This is be survival.
What is your survival? Meta,
Okay.
what is your survival?
It'd be 6. 6 is my survival.
+6? Okay, that's better than me. Yeah, go for it.
I have two quick questions.
Okay, well, that's a natural
Northwood.
20, so 26.
Jesus. Northlook was the name of one of the taverns we were at, correct?
Yes, I believe.
Okay, cool. It's in my notes as just Northlook.
I think
Got
that's
it.
a Bryn Shander location.
Okay,
Yeah, it
cool.
is. With the singing fish on the wall.
Yep, cool.
East Haven's fish didn't say.
Yeah, well, all right. So we went to. Okay, never
Bullshit
mind.
town.
Number 2.
Northlook was in
Silent
east.
fish.
Said that
Did I
the-
put that in the? You said it was in Bryn Shander. I put the
Yeah.
wrong thing. That's why I've been thinking that
Classic Louis.
Northlook thing. I mean,
Here is the white lady. The white lady inn.
you're marking down all the white ladies on the map. I don't understand.
The second question I had was the X in the south is far west of where the clans reside.
Correct.
But the clans tend to travel the mountains and things like that. Would we know anything?
Very far. No.
Okay, very far. Very, very far. Okay, cool. So not far, so not close enough that we might
So
be in that region.
it would take you to get to that X from your tribe's typical areas. It would take you about a month and a half.
Holy
walk there.
shit.
That's how treacherous Icewind Dale is to walk just on the mountains and through snow.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, never mind then.
As for context, walking through the spine of the world's mountains on foot, you travel at an 1/8 of a mile per hour. So you travel 1 mile a day.
Understood.
It is miserable.
Heard.
With that survival of 26, how far are you willing to go, Louis?
I'm gonna go quite a bit. I'm trying to find this guy and figure out, because now that we figured out that there was that maybe the townsfolk are trying to. I mean, we ain't got no kind of other objective right now, so.
I mean,
You
can
have an
take the food back
unconscious
to them.
dwarf and a bunch of supplies that you're delivering somewhere.
I think it's best that we leave it.
I don't know. I feel like if if we just tell the townfolk that I think if we just tell the townfolk that we got some invisible drawers afoot, and we know where they're from, then I don't think they'll be any more satisfied.
But do we? I don't think that it would behoove us to chase a small dwarf through the snow when we have a hostage right here.
Well, this seemed to be one of his lackeys. That seemed to be a leader of some sort.
I would like to at least see how far it goes. I'm not saying I'm gonna take us days out of the way. It's just, just give me like a couple 30 minutes. I don't know.
You make it to the opposite side of town, and the tracks continue south and away.
Okay.
Do they get
South and
normal
away.
sized?
Let me see how long this thing lasts.
South and away, you say?
Yes, they do return to normal size. Fairly
I'm-
quickly, even before you are halfway across town, they return to normal size.
So he probably went invisible again.
So
Do
you
they
think
go
went-
out of town?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, we could in theory catch up with them, but I mean, I agree. I don't think that it's worth a. Do I see how fresh are these footprints, kind of thing?
I mean, fairly fresh. You know, he would maybe have a half hour on you.
I mean, it's up to y'all. If y'all don't think it's worth it, I don't have to. But I think, if he's only 30 minutes ahead of us, then we could probably catch up to him.
I mean, he might freeze to death anyway.
I kind of doubt it.
I mean,
His spurs are really
his-
out of water.
yes, his clothes
Yeah.
are ruined. Wind dropped him into the freezing water, so he's at least going to have a hard time. I mean, we've got a hostage here. I think that I think we should probably just go back. Plus, we've been out in the cold for a while. Might as well reconvene. We got our answers at least for. There's nothing strange at least going on here besides these dwarves.
All right, that sounds fun.
Where
And
do
the
you
wizard thing, but
go? Oh, the wizard thing. Yeah.
I also called it a morbid curiosity. I'm very curious about the execution of this wizard and what the state of the town is going to be in the process of that execution.
I mean, weren't people pretty enthusiastic about that idea?
they also
Yes,
seem to be
that's-
on the edge.
That's what scares me, is when people are desperate. I've read about situations like these, and often when people are desperate, they're looking for an immediate way to improve the situation, like with these sacrifices. And
I would say that your readings are correct.
I have call it a gut feeling. I have a bad feeling about this wizard's execution, that there might be more to it than just a simple spellcaster forcing people to do bidding.
I mean, no offense to you, Ventus, but people don't much like wizards around these parts. They have a bit of a sour reputation. I mean, I can't say it's entirely unearned.
Why? What did the wizards do?
I As you can imagine, this place, it's far away from the civilizations that you come from. All manner of people come here. Outlaws, runaways, brigands, and those that wish to step away from the scrutiny of law. I imagine spellcasters are not far beyond that. As well, spellcasters who wish to be unrestricted by whatever restrictions lie south of the mountains. I don't know your laws down there, but there are plenty of people who have come here escaping the laws of the Southlands. So,
People running from their past, people who like to exercise their control over others, whether through force or charms, what have you. I mean, I don't know about this wizards in particular, but I don't think you're wrong, Ventus. An animal is most dangerous when it's backed into a corner. So maybe, I don't love death, but maybe we go see what's up with this this wizard.
I think that no matter what, it could be an enlightening experience, whether it's we see something truly horrible, or perhaps there's someone there that can give us a bit of insight.
All right.
And I do believe that if we are able to deliver some supplies to that clerk office, maybe we can gain some favor with the town's leader, enough for him to give us the time of day.
and it would be good to help the common folk. They suffer a lot, especially with leadership
Absolutely.
like that man.
Takes a lot to force people into sacrificing their own. These people are desperate.
A lot of desperation and a lot of bad leadership.
Maybe, perhaps we can give him some hope.
Making things a little better. Shall we be off then?
We should.
Let's.
Let's all grab a little bit of these supplies. Help carry them back.
Okay, so dropping
Also-
supplies off at clerk office.
Oh yeah. And the tied up dwarf probably.
Okay, you're handing him over to them as well.
Are we gonna hand him over, or are we gonna?
I mean, I'd like to talk to him.
I say we hand the stuff over, but we talk to him on our own first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know
Talk
how
to
much
him.
we can trust the leadership of the towns, so we best get our own answers first.
So where do you go with this unconscious dwarf?
We could probably just stay at the boat
Yeah.
or go to the boat.
Interrogate him at the boat, and then take the supplies when we're done.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay,
Since we've got them gathered up in one place now.
that's where we will stop for now.
Okay.
The
Thank
evening
you.
before the execution.
Hell yeah.
Right on. Man, I knew that encounter was gonna be wacky.
Yeah, that's a
knew
pretty
it.
good design for a twist of, oh, you can't see him and you're having to fight each other.
Yep.
If I had just gotten one more shot off, I had one trick up my sleeve. It's gonna fucking thunderous smite his sorry ass.
I just wanted to catch him in the water so I could cast shape water on him. I just wanted it, but I couldn't see him. I was
Yep.
gonna freeze him up to his his torso and then just kind of like levitate him over to us. It would have been perfect.
Oh my god.
Like a
Oh
little-
man.
Like a little marble of water, just.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one of the things with Icewind Dale, because it's so open world, like there you can just bump into so much stuff that you were not prepared for. And because I was like, this encounter's not gonna make any sense. They don't know anything about this yet. And I'm like, I don't know. That kind of makes it better. Because then it's like, wah, This crazy stuff is
No,
happening.
I feel like that map is like, this is going to be an important tool that'll help us later.
That's what I'm thinking too.
And something I missed when explaining it to Louis, because it's elsewhere in a different paragraph for some reason. There is to the X that is in the southern spine of the world mountains.
Mm-hmm.
There is a path sort of outlined.
Excellent. And with the tracks leading south out of town, I can imagine what that means. However,
It's also their path that they use.
Gil has a thought that he will share next time.
Next time on. So yes, next time on. I don't know if anyone popped in, but thank you if you did. Thank you for watching the VOD. If you do, it will be up next. It should be up the day before the next session, which should be next week, provided that everyone is still all hunky-dory. And I think I had planned on next week being a Christmas one-shot, which I have something in mind for it. I'm very much looking forward. It'll be a bit different. It'll definitely be a lot different.
Heck yeah.
It'll still be Icewind Dale, it'll still be all these characters, but it'll just be
Different.
It'll be fun. It'll be very fun. But with that, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else left to say. I'm not going to do any follow-up announcement things, so thank you to everyone, and we will see you guys next week, the Dale after... that's not... The lead-up is bad.
Dale or die.
Oh, thanks, Drew. 3 for...
Raise hail, praise
Praise
Dale.
Dale.
6 for Dale.
Dale or die.
We gotta find
Dale-
something else.
All
We
right,
gotta find
Dives,
something else.
just dives and dales.
Dungeons, Dives, and Dales.
Anything else?
Duck
That is
Dale.
anything else.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Well, on that note, I'm just going to end
Dale,
the stream.
yeah.
So good night, everyone. Thank you for hanging out, Drew. Goodbye.